A daily dose of practical wit and wisdom with a professional educator and trainer, Amazon best-selling author, United States Marine, television and radio host, Paul G. Markle. Each episode will focus on positive and productive ways to strengthen your mindset and help you improve your relationships, career goals, and overall well-being. Please welcome your host, Paul G. Markle.
Okay, folks, here we go again. Yes, one more Morning Mindset podcast episode, and thank you for joining me today. Why do we teach our children mathematics? Pluses and minuses, multiplication, division, algebra, geometry, calculus, trigonometry, all that stuff. Why do we teach children and then teenagers and then our young adults, why do we have them learn mathematics? Is it because they're all going to be engineers? Is it because they're all going to be scientists someday? No, obviously not. The primary reason that we teach them to do mathematics, to solve problems, problem solving, right? 2 plus 2 equals, and 2 times 2 equals, and all that stuff, is we're teaching their brain how to problem solve. Yes, they're practicing solving problems. They're learning problem-solving skills by doing math. Now, when you get a little bit more advanced and you move on to algebra and geometry and calculus and, the higher-up stuff that you take in high school, what do you learn about? You learn about theorems and hypotheses and conclusions and so forth. But when you do this, why do you do this? Because, you have a set of numbers or letters or whatever, x equals blah, blah, blah. You have a theory, and then you have a hypothesis, but you don't have a conclusion yet. A theory is not a conclusion. It is not evidence based upon fact. A theory is just your opinion or, in our modern vernacular, feelings. Your theory about something is more likely than not merely your feelings about a subject. And what are we taught today at every turn, whether it's the media or, the big government complex or whatever? Everywhere you look, people put all of their eggs in the feelings basket, shall we say. Far too often, modern man and women, and when I say man, I mean humans, make their decision based upon their feelings or a theory, not upon the facts or actual experience. And today's lesson, today's homework is I want you to be on guard for that problem, to that issue. How many times have you encountered someone, they may be your spouse, they may be a child, who makes a decision about whatever the topic is. And you realize immediately that they're not making that decision, that they haven't come to that conclusion based upon fact or experience, but it's their opinion based upon their feelings about the subject. Now, I'm going to go ahead and touch on a nerve right here, but the fact is women tend to give more validity to their feelings than to facts and experience. The Madison Avenue marketing people, they've known this for decades. They've known that women will buy things, they will spend money if the ad revenue people, if the ad people in Madison Avenue, if they can make the woman feel good about the product. Doesn't matter whether the product has a proven track record or, that's immaterial. If they can make them feel good about the product, they'll buy it. It's all about their feelings. Why do you think laundry detergent is put in bright colored boxes with rainbows and, purple and orange and yellow and rainbows and flowers and all that? Why do you think they market laundry detergent in flowery, colorful boxes? because it works better when it's that color? Well, the color is really immaterial, right? Tide Pods look appetizing to teenagers, but they look fun. They are bright colors. Now, do they work better because they're orange and blue or, pink and green or yellow or whatever? Does that make them work better? And you say, well, no, obviously the color doesn't have anything to do with how it works. Then why do they do it? Because they know that they're, making sales based upon how people feel about a product, not about whether or not it actually works. We worry about that second. And that works just fine for laundry detergent, but when it comes to raising children, when it comes to career decisions, when it comes to working on work projects or what have you, feelings need to take a back seat to facts and experience. Next time you run into this, you need to, take a hard stop and say, all right, are we making our decisions? Are we going to change this? Are we going to improve this? Are we going to correct this? Which is the best way to go? We have choice A and choice B. Are we choosing choice A because it, in theory, makes us feel better? Do we have a good opinion about A just because of our feelings? Or do we have a good opinion about choice A because of our experience and dealing in the facts? And you're like, oh, yeah, exactly. When you talk to your children, when you talk to your coworkers, when you talk to your employees and so forth, are we making decisions based on theories? Theories about how we feel, our personal opinions. Everybody has opinions, right? And I don't need to tell you the catchphrase about opinions, about how everyone has one and so forth. But are we basing our decisions on theory and opinion, which very often that's just based upon our feelings? Now, sometimes your feelings can be correct. Sometimes you can have an opinion about something. You're like, well, I've got a gut feeling about this. But is your gut feeling just based upon emotion? Or is your gut feeling based upon your own education and your experience in that field? So be on guard for that every day, all day. Talk to your children, talk to your spouse. And, people like their feelings. People like their opinions. Sometimes they don't appreciate it when you tell them that they're making a decision not upon fact or conclusion, but upon opinions and feelings. Sometimes they don't like that and it hurts their feelings, but too bad. This show is not about your feelings. This show is about being productive and positive and being successful. And if you want to be productive, positive, and successful, we need to make our decisions based upon experience and fact, not upon theory and feelings. All right, guys. The book of the week is Dad Rules, Wit and Wisdom from a Dad to Whom It May Concern. If you are a dad, you know a dad, you have a dad. Any of those categories, you should pick up Dad Rules from Amazon. It's available today as a paperback or as a Kindle version. I'm your host, Paul Markle, and I will talk to you again real soon.
Thank you for spending time with us today. To get show notes, submit a topic request, and for more from your host, Paul G. Markle, visit morningmindsetpodcast.com. That's morningmindsetpodcast.com. Please leave a review for this podcast on your favorite podcast player. We appreciate your time and effort, and we look forward to reading your honest feedback.